Timestamp 7:41 p.m. in the evening of Monday, June 23rd, 2025, attempting to do a please keep the peace to repossess my belongings, my keys, and my CPTSD comfort purple plushy Care Bear named Cher. Yep. So I'm going to show you photo evidence I have of the one item I need repossession of. He, according to Ontario law, I just found this out recently. I don't know if you can read that there. It states according to Ontario law, that if you don't want somebody's property at your place of residence anymore, you're supposed to give them a maximum of 30 days notice. And I have another photograph that I can show you. He never gave me 30 days notice before whatever he did with my items that were on his property. Most especially the extra set of my apartment unit keys that I need from him for my apartment unit rental agreement. And I especially want the keys back from him. In addition to, if I can also I'll show you the next photo, evidence of my CPTSD purple plushy Care Bear named Cher, as you can see there. And you'll see that it's exactly the same mailbox. There's my Care Bear, my comfort item. And the reason why I'm documenting is for my own protection, because he has caused me so much mental abuse. I have email documentation of this with somebody that was assigned as my power of attorney, that on Christmas Eve, he left me stranded outside for 22 hours. I have, like I said, I have photographic evidence of this that I sent to the person that was my POA before they resigned. They resigned today, telling me that this dude will continue his mental abuse of me until either he decides to stop it or somebody else, such as you guys, stop it. And the fact that he tried killing me Christmas Eve led to my PTSD snapping from seeing him at a public Niagara patriotic barbecue 2 weeks ago, to the point that I never uttered a death threat, but I did tell him, I made an analogy. I said, you, Adam, since you tried killing me, maybe I should likewise try doing unto you what you did to me, because as the saying goes, treat others the way you want to be treated. I never uttered a death threat. I have a uterus disability, so I need you guys to be understanding of that, because he might, at some point, try to have me charged when it's from his mental abuse.
Okay, Sarah,
I don't have any, he ghosts me.
Okay.
He ghosts other people I have photographic, so I don't know what else to do if he doesn't respond to you guys.
Yeah, we talked to Adam. Because the nature of this call is just keep the peace, right?
Yes.
We don't have authority to go into the premise, right? We can't search. He said he doesn't have any of the property.
Well, then I want him to come out and give me because he's ghosted me since November 1st. I haven't had any explanation, any closure.
Okay, he told us too that he doesn't want you on the property, all right?
Well, I want to hear from him. Why is he ghosting me? Why is he allowed to get away with mentally abusing me?
He doesn't have to come out and talk to you, okay?
Can you please mediate though? Like, this is domestic dispute.
Well,
he was mentally abused. I want mediation to find out why it is that he mentally abused me. Tried killing me on Christmas Eve. His neighbors were witness to me taking an ambulance off his porch.
Yeah, we read the report. And, he said you never lived. Like, have you ever lived here?
Nope.
At all? No.
He was having sex with me upstairs in his second floor bedroom, though.
Okay. Yeah, but if he doesn't want you there, he has no obligation to speak to
I would
you
like
or
my
what
house
you
keys
want.
back from him, though. I think it's pretty disgusting that anybody should think he should be allowed to be in possession of an extra set of my apartment unit keys when he tried killing me on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, he says he doesn't have it. That's a civil suit, right? If you want to go through the process of retaining your property, you have to go through the civil.
So you guys don't do any domestic abuse mediation then?
Oh, we do, but that's from...
Because any other time I've been trying to knock on his door to get my items back, from the date you saw in that photograph up to today, he's ghosted me.
Yeah, he says...
No explanation as to why, even though I have a right to my belongings.
He said he doesn't want to speak to you. He believes that it could be harassing nature, the way that you're...
Harassing nature when he's in possession of my items, sir.
He says he doesn't have them. And do you have any proof that he has them?
The photographic evidence I just showed you.
What were those dated from?
January 18th, and it states under Ontario law. He should have given me 30 days notice.
You said you weren't living there, so he doesn't owe you 30 days notice.
It's still my property. If you don't want someone's property at your place of residence, you're supposed to give them 30 days notice.
What you're showing us and citing us is not with respect to your personal property. It's with respect to if he, as the owner of the premise property, is letting a friend stay with him in his rental property. So nothing to do with your Care Bear that's there. That he doesn't owe you any time, but it would be appropriate to give you 30 days notice and to document when that...
Like, this conflict isn't going to end until I hear from him directly why he mentally abused me, why he tried killing me Christmas Eve. Can you please, at least, I want some closure.
Okay. So...
That's all I'm asking for, basically.
Right.
If he doesn't want to, if he wants to be a pussy-ass fucktard
right.
and withhold
Sarah,
my belongings
Sarah,
from me, I just want mediation to
my
get
partner's
closure,
been polite with
please.
you, and I'll still be polite, but I'm going to reiterate what he said, and I'll explain things to you once. I'm going to ask that you don't cut me off while I do, because you're doing a lot of talking right now, not a lot of listening.
Sorry,
I'm listening to you.
CPTSD, which...
That's okay, I understand why. But we're going to have a healthy conversation where we each can speak, and when I'm speaking, I just ask that you listen, and then certainly while you're speaking, I will listen to you.
Yes.
Okay. So again, the document you're showing us is not with respect to your personal property. It's with respect to when someone is renting property in the form of a premise, so he's renting this building as his place of residence, that if he has a friend stay with him there who's not on the lease, when he has that friend removed, the appropriate process is to give them 30 days notice and to document those efforts, although not a requirement. You already said to us in your own words that you have never lived here. So you weren't living with him.
No.
Hang on. You
Sorry.
were not living with him, which means there's already not a requirement for 30 days notice, but it certainly doesn't apply whatsoever if you're not living there with him. I understand you have a picture on your phone showing that the Care Bear was there. I get that. So I'm satisfied that the Care Bear has been in there. The picture doesn't prove that it's there now. What we have is you want property back that you say is in his house. He is saying that property's not in his house. We have a keep the peace call for service.
Yes.
I've got one party saying it's in there, one party saying it's not. So I've got contradicting stories. Certainly doesn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that your property is in there being withheld from you. So it does not extend to us any power, any authority whatsoever to make an unlawful or a warrantless entry into the home. We spoke with him because he was here when we arrived. We've been here a little while waiting for you.
Understandable,
He
sir.
does not want you to be here. He doesn't want you on his property. He doesn't want contact from you. I know he's blocked your numbers, and that's probably frustrating. And I can see that there's messages.
What's frustrating really is the mental abuse from him trying to kill me and ghosting me. And my daughter, my impressionable 12-year-old daughter knew him.
Yep. I'm not saying you haven't been.
There was conflict.
I'm
This
not saying you haven't been.
keep the peace call is related to February 22nd incident of, again, trying to reattempt to get my items from him, which ended in conflict of me calling cops and ambulance when I went to the police. So, like,
like
when I went to the hospital, so do police not understand, like my
partner told
POA
me.
that canceled said his mental abuse of me will continue until he decides to stop it or somebody else, like people in authority, stop him from mentally abusing me. And nobody seems to care. Just let him continue with his, let him with this license plate continue his mental abuse of a lady that he knew suffered with complex post-traumatic stress disorder and adenomyosis, the sister disease of endometriosis.
Okay.
Sadistic son of a bitch.
Okay. So anyways, we did read the reports, and it's shown that you've been told
Yep.
every time we're here that it's a civil matter because
Yep.
there's no authority for us to go in.
Well, he already knows I'm on disability.
But what I'm wondering is if police have been here 3 times for this, and we've already established that we don't have an authority to go in, he's saying the items aren't here, that doesn't give us any grounds to go in, and he doesn't want you here. Why do we keep calling back and hope?
Because I'm possessive of my fucking items, sir. Sorry, not angry at you guys, but I swear like a sailor.
You're angry,
So,
it's
yes.
fine. I'm a grown up, you can swear, it's okay.
And I just got into a verbal argument with my mom.
I'm sorry to
So,
having a stressful day.
yep.
So, but like my partner
In
said,
regards to him continuing his mental abuse, so
but like my partner said, Sarah, it's going to have to be treated as a civil matter because we have no
Yep.
proof that the items are still there. That's
Yep.
the way that you go. You're going to have to proceed civilly so that you can make efforts to get your property back. That's the avenue.
So then
It's
what
not law enforcement.
would you advise I do if I encounter him at another public rally or public event because we have mutual friends that we share?
You're allowed to be in the same area. We
And
ran